So you did the work. You did an audit of your finances, you prioritized your goals, you made a budget and started tracking your spending, and you even organized your accounts. You created the system that's supposed to set you up for success. But for some reason, your money feels even tighter than before. Now you're feeling defeated. You're not really encouraged to continue this journey. And you're asking yourself, wasn't the whole point of the system to make me feel less anxious about money? Wasn't it supposed to help me get better with money? So today I want to explain to you why this happens, why it's normal, and how to tell the difference between your system not working and it working exactly the way it's supposed to. If you're new here, I'm Brianne. I'm a CPA, and I focus on helping people build realistic money systems that work in real life, not just on paper. The truth is, a money system doesn't automatically make you feel comfortable, especially in the beginning. A system doesn't create money, it reveals the reality of your current situation. And that can be very uncomfortable. Before you had a system, you probably didn't think about money the way you do now. Your money didn't really have jobs. It sat in one or two places, maybe a checking account and a savings account, and it always felt available. Now you've created a system that assigns a job to every single dollar. And your money feels tighter because it's no longer free for all. Some of it is for bills, some of it is for savings, some of it is for future expenses, and some of it might be for investing. The system didn't make you broke. It just intentionally reassigned the same money you had before. This phase is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And don't confuse discomfort with failure. Your system didn't fail, it just removed the illusion. So once that illusion is gone, you're left with something new. Clarity. And clarity is where things start to feel uncomfortable. Another reason money feels tight with a system is because structure forces decisions. When your money had no structure, overspending felt normal. You'd spend more, shrug it off, and move on to the next month. You weren't tracking your spending, so realistically, you didn't even know what categories you were overspending in. And the only reason you knew you overspent was because either your account overdrafted or your credit card bill was way higher than you expected, and you might not even be able to pay it off in full this month. With a system, you're now visibly seeing the consequences of every decision you make with your money. You're realizing you may have to make short-term trade-offs in order to reach your goals. You start thinking things like, if I buy these new shoes this month, then I might not be able to invest. You're making decisions you never really considered before. Saving, investing, and paying off debt all at once while still tending to your regular day-to-day expenses exposes how limited cash flow really is. This is the phase where you have to start being brutally honest with your priorities. This is where you really start becoming more financially responsible. And once you start making those trade-offs consciously, something else becomes more clear. Sometimes the issue isn't discipline or budgeting, it's capacity. Now, I know that this one is easier said than done, especially in today's job market and economy, but your system may reveal that you may need to work towards increasing your income. Your money feels tight because you started prioritizing your goals and there's not much left over. You might be saving for emergencies, planning travel, funding sinking funds, investing for the future, all on the same income you've had for a while. So your money doesn't feel tight because you're doing something wrong. It feels tight because your behaviors just evolved faster than your income. It's important to remember that your system reflects the life that you're building, and your current income might not fully align with that just yet. So this creates temporary tension. And this is the point where people start to abandon their system because it feels pointless. But your system is built for the next version of your life, not the one you're currently funding. Until that income catches up, your system is just gonna have to stretch what you currently have. And that stress is where people usually feel the pressure the most. When you first start using sinking funds, emergency funds, and checking account buffers, that can feel expensive because that money used to be available for spending on whatever you wanted. But now that money is buying you something different. It's buying predictability, it's buying options, it's buying peace. And peace doesn't feel exciting at first. So yes, your money might feel tighter month to month, but your life is less fragile. You're not broke. You're protected. But here's where I want to be really clear. Money feeling tight doesn't automatically mean that your system is working as it should. Sometimes it means your system might need tuning. Maybe your savings rate is too aggressive right now. Maybe you're running too many goals at once. Maybe your checking account buffer is too small and it creates anxiety. Remember, a good system is made to be adjustable. It should feel supportive, not suffocating. So instead of scrapping your system, ask yourself what needs to be adjusted. And this is usually the moment people start questioning everything. Because this phase feels uncomfortable, but it's also temporary. All of this is what I like to call the awkward middle. At the beginning of your journey, you're super excited to achieve all of these goals you set out. And at the end, it feels rewarding. But in the middle, things get messy. motivation fades, and progress may feel slow, and most people quit in the middle. Not because the system doesn't work, but because it stopped letting them avoid reality. When you're in the thick of things, it's sometimes hard to see real progress happening. If your money feels a little tight right now, but you still feel more in control than you ever did, you're likely not failing. You're probably just in the middle. And once you understand that, you realize this phase isn't a problem to fix. It's a stage to move through. So if you've built a system and your money still feels tight, that doesn't mean the system failed. It just means you stopped lying to yourself about your numbers. And that's the first step to actually changing them. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And if you want more videos on building systems that actually work in real life, make sure to like this video and subscribe. See you in the next one.